Hey everybody, it is Christina Bradley with Late Night Thoughts. Today I want to talk about Sha'carri and other stuff with it, with weed as well. I feel like in our community, there were so many people attacking her. And I felt like it was very unnecessary. I understand like the Olympics is very big. It's very important to some people. And it's more important when you see somebody who is black as the poster child. And it's also important for some people to see black women. Also for, other people to feel like, well, she made it, I can make it as well. But she is one person. She is not you. She's not your daughters. She ain't your nieces. She ain't nothing to you. And she's just one person. And I don't appreciate how people is trying to represent her as the face of all black people. She's not. And when she succeed. You do not succeed. And I don't understand why that is so hard for a lot of people. Her success is her success, not your success. Now, her success can open opportunities for more black people and more black women. Um, and those sporting fields and stuff like that to go to Olympics and stuff, but her success is not yours. And I feel like we as a culture, as black people, we when another black person succeed in life, we love to say, oh, they represent us. That's us. That's my people. That's who we are. Yes, she's doing it for the culture. She's doing it for all of the young ones out here who don't have anybody to look up. She's the role model. But when one black person mess up, it's, oh, you don't represent all black people. Oh, you're a disgrace to the whole race. Why? Like, where they do that at? How can one black person represent the whole world? They don't. And if you have that mentality that, oh, one black person represent me, stop, because they don't. You represent yourself at all. So I don't even know why you looking up to other people anyway for them to represent you. They're not you. They are them and you are you. And then that's why, in my humble opinion, I feel like sometimes we are hypocrites. We sit there and say and tell other races, hey, each black person aren't the same. Every black person is their own. Oh, that black person don't represent us when a black person rob the bank or shoot somebody or sell drugs or get arrested or, do things that we always see on the news that they portray black people to do all the time. And they be like, well, all black people is like that. But when we sit there and say, hey, don't judge us, don't clump us together. Why are you doing that? That black person who did something bad don't represent me. But when it's come to black people and when black people succeed, it's a whole nother story. It represents you. You are every black person in the world. But you don't like it when it's a negative effect. Stop. Again, another thing. Weed. Weed is drugs. Weed is drugs. Say it with me, people. Say it with me. Weed is drugs. Weed is drugs. And I understand that a lot of people will sit there and be like, weed ain't drugs that come from the ground. It's drugs. You don't have to like it. And I know a lot of people don't want to call themselves saying I do drugs. because saying I do drugs have a negative and a bad effect on people, to be like, yeah, I do drugs, and a lot of people will side eye you and be like, what the fuck you mean you do drugs? So a lot of people don't want to say they do drugs. So when it comes to people who smoke weed, because it's so normalized, and like literally everybody you see walking down the street, like more than half of them are smoking weed. And it changed so much because growing up, I didn't see people smoke weed all the time, but now I feel like almost everybody I know does it. And now, like when a guy is trying to talk to you, he used to be like, "Hey girl, how you doing? What's your name? Oh, don't look down, look up, smile beautiful." Now all you hear is you smoke weed, you drink. Like that's the first thing they say when they see you. Or if you walking down the street and there's a group of guys, they would spat out sour, 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 sour. Like that's it. Like it's no, hey, what's your name? How you doing? It's, do you smoke? Do you drink? And then if you say no, I don't smoke or I don't drink, they look at you funny, they look at you crazy, and they be like, "Oh, you different, different." Why? Because smoking weed is so common now that literally so many people do it that a lot of people feel like it doesn't have an effect or anything, and it's not that serious compared to, other drugs. But it's still a drug. No matter how much you want to sit there and say it comes from the ground, God made it, it's a drug. And each drug is different. And I can say, yes, it is. Not all drugs are the same. But you can't try to compare another form of drugs to weed to justify weed isn't a drug. It still is one. And a lot of the time, people who try to justify smoking weed as if like it don't have that much of an effect, or like I can still work, I can still do stuff, and that's not the point. Nobody said that you can't smoke weed and still do things. People are saying it's a drug, and it is. And a lot of the times I've heard people say this to me: you can't be addicted to drugs. And not drugs, you can't be addicted to weed. And I said, who said that? Because I know a lot of weed heads out here that is addicted to weed. When they wake up, they smoke weed. They eat, smoke weed. They shower, then smoke weed. They go to sleep again and smoke some more weed. They go to work smoking weed at work. They smoke weed 24/7. Like when they get stressed out, they smoke weed. When they happy, they smoke weed. When they depressed, they smoke weed. You are a weed head if you smoke weed 24/7. But because it's so normalized in today's society, people look bypass it as, oh, it's not a problem. It's not that deep. Like I can still no, you have an addiction. If you literally can't get through a day without weed, not just weed, but anything. Like if you need this thing, that is a form of addiction. It's no longer, oh, I'm just smoking just to smoke or enjoy myself. When you're doing this, when you're stressed or something goes on in your life and stuff like that, that become an addiction. And I feel like that is something that we as a community need to talk about a little bit more, because it's so normalized that so many people do it, and they don't see that as a form of addiction, but it is an addiction. And I don't I don't think it's fair to just bypass it because it's not crack or heroin or other stuff. Um another thing, um I don't know why people are mad at the Olympics. They have their rules. Rules are rules. You cannot just change the rules because you like the person. You can't just change the rules because they're black. Like, there's no leeway in life. You can't just say, well, she's black and she's being discriminated. And I'm pretty sure that probably plays a role in it. I'm pretty sure it does. There's always something with discrimination and racism going on in the world. There's always something in the back burner. But in this case, she wasn't supposed to smoke or do anything, and she did. And she's okay with it. Why aren't you? Why are y'all mad? Like, why are y'all mad when she's okay with her decision? She knew what she did, and she's okay with it. But for y'all to be attacking her, it's too much. Like I said earlier, her mistake is not your mistake. It's her own mistake. And 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 y'all need to stop coming out at the Olympics, because again, they made their rules. Now when you want to open up your own Olympics and you want it to be okay for everybody to do drugs, smoke weed and stuff, you can do that. But it ain't your Olympics. You can't go to somebody and tell them what you want them and what you don't want them to do. That's not how life works. Make your own shit if you don't like the rules. And another thing is, I also feel like a lot of people was hard on her because a lot of people was attacking her as, why are you smoking? Why did you do this? Did you not understand that if you could do this, you don't perform? If you do this, you're stopping this for a whole bunch of other people, and you taking opportunities from other people? Shut the fuck up. Her mother died. I feel like everybody is really forgetting her mother died. And she didn't even know. Like, somebody told her that she did not know who this person is. Why are you telling me my mom died? Like, who are you? Like, I feel like I forgot that. Do you think at that point in time, her mother dying was less important than the Olympics? No, I'm pretty sure her mother dying was way more important than going to some Olympics, because she had more opportunities. I'm pretty sure at that time it was like, damn, my mom died. I don't know what to do. I feel some type of way, and she just hit the blunt. If she's not allowed to grieve, if she's not allowed to mess up, and this is why I will always come back in. She is her own person. She does not represent you or any other black person. And we need to stop having that entitlement. Yes, the word is called entitled. You are entitled to another person. She don't know you. She don't represent you, but you are upset. And you can. And I understand why some people are upset, because you do feel like black people do not get these types of opportunities all the time, and she wasted her opportunity. It don't matter how you feel, because it ain't you. You don't have the right to go underneath her pictures and her posts and her Twitter and say mean things about her, because again, she don't represent you. She represents herself. So we as a community need to stop being entitled to other people's life. We as a community need to stop being entitled to other people's success. Her success, not your success. When you become successful, it ain't everybody else's success. Everybody else wasn't with you. So why are y'all doing that to her when she's working out? She's working out for herself. You not in the gym with her working out. You not out there with her training. You're not out there eating the food she has to eat to get her body right to train for that. Y'all not there. Y'all not up all hours of the night preparing for this. So why are you upset? You didn't lose anything. But you want to be entitled to what she's going through. No, stop. Stop it. I feel like all of y'all who was personally attacking her, y'all need to go and apologize. And I understand y'all not going to apologize, but y'all need to apologize. And for all of the people who feel entitled to her success and y'all felt like she let you down, go seek a therapist and figure out why you living your life through somebody else. Live your own life. If you ain't happy with your life and your success, go find your own success. Go do that. And if you feel like she let you down as a black woman, because you need to see more black women in your life to feel better about yourself, to love yourself, that ain't her job. Her job is not to be a role model to you. Her job is to do her own life. As your job is to love yourself and do your own life. So don't sit there and get mad at her because you done saw yourself in her. Don't do that. All y'all need to seek help, therapy. She also need to seek some therapy to get through this troubling time with her mother passing and the stress of the black community is putting on her. And I'm thankful for all of the positivity from the black community and from other community that is showing her support during this troubling time, and who's also aware that if her mother did not pass away, then I'm pretty sure none of this would have happened. And I'm pretty sure because I don't know. Again, but the reason for her smoking weed, she said, was because her mother died. And I want to say thank you for all of the people who are showing her that support and who is being kind and understanding for her, because it can be imagine being in her shoes where you lost your mom, you decided to smoke a little weed, and now like the whole, like you feel like the whole community is attacking you for something so simple like that. Like you made a mistake, but the whole community is like attacking you. Not the whole, but if to her, she might feel like the whole community is attacking her during the time that she is dealing with the death of her mom, and also probably with the time of feeling like she's letting down other people. Y'all so cruel. Stop being cruel. So this is all I have to say for the moment for this incident. So if you have anything else to say, you could say it underneath the comments. If you agree with me, let me know. If you disagree with me, let me know. Let me know if you feel like the Olympics is being too hard. Let me know if you feel like weed isn't a drug and that people don't get addicted to weed. Let me know if you're one of the people who feel entitled to her success and what's going on in her life. So thank you. Bye.